Hi friends, my name is Aqil Ahmed, and in this particular video tutorial I will show you what are temporal tables in SQL and how to work with temporal tables in SQL. So this is my profile. I have 13 plus years of experience on Microsoft technologies. So the agenda of today's video tutorial is what are temporal tables in SQL and how to work with temporal tables in SQL. So recently I got a question from one of my subscriber Mahesh Mushyam, and he asked, I have one request, can you make a video on how to load temporal tables from different servers and sources, assuming we already have temporal tables created in our destination. So for this particular request, the process to load the temporal tables is same as compared to loading the data into other normal tables. So there is no different way to load the data into the temporal tables. You can use the data flow task and OLEDB source to fetch the data from one server, and then you can use the OLEDB destination to write the data into the temporal tables. So the method to load the data into temporal tables is exactly same as loading the data into any other table. So there should not be any issue with that. I thought to make a video on this topic, like what are temporal tables in SQL and how to work with temporal tables in SQL. So a temporal tables is also called a system version temporal table, and a system version temporal table is a type of user table which is used to keep the full history of data changes to that particular table. In temporal tables, there are two types of tables. The first one is the system version temporal table, which contains the current data, and the second table is the history table. So if any updates are done to the temporal tables, then the changes are inserted into the history table. When we insert a record, so the record will be inserted to the temporal table, but when we do some update for a record in temporal table, then the record is inserted to the history table, and there are two fields, valid from and valid to, which are automatically populated by the SQL server, which tells us that for how much time a particular record was valid or present in the temporal table. So if a single record is updated 10 times in the temporal table, then there will be 10 historical record in the history table, along with the valid from and valid to columns, which tells us that for how much time a record was present in the temporal table. Valid from and valid to columns are also called as period columns, and for these columns date time to data type is required. So let's jump to the demo and see how to create the temporal tables and how to work with them. So this is my SQL Server 2019 instance, and I will be creating an employee temporal table here. So you can see that there are two extra columns, valid from. You can see that date time to generated always as row start, and there is another one, valid to. This is also date time to generated always as row end, and this is the period for system time. And you can also see that there is an option system versioning on, so it means that this is a temporal tables, and the history table for this temporal table will be dbo.employee history table. So this employee history table will be created automatically when we will create this particular table. So right now the work database is selected, and if you see, there is no history table in this particular database. So let me just go ahead and execute this query. So the query ran successfully, and if I refresh the tables now, so you can see that it system version temporal tables got created. So you can easily identify that this is a system version temporal tables. And if you expand this table, so you can see that there is an employee history table as well. So for any changes, the data will be inserted to the employee history table, and it contains all the columns, whatever columns are present in the employee table. So I think this is good. So this is the first step to create the temporal tables. And now let me insert some records into the temporal tables. So let me insert 3 records. So this will insert 3 entries into the temporal table. So the insert is exactly same like inserting the data into any other table. Now let me try to fetch the data from the temporal table and from the history table to show you how the data will look like. So let me write a select query to select the data from the employee table, and then I can also write the select query to fetch the data from the employee history table. So let me just execute this query. So now you can see that the employee table, which is a temporal table, it contains 3 records, but there are no records in the employee history table because there are no changes are done to the employee table yet. So now let me just run an update query on the temporal table, which is an employee table, and then let's see that if the history table will contain the data or not. So I can write an update statement, employee table set, maybe I can set the annual salary of for Abhishek Kumar Sinha from 1000 to 1100 where employee ID equal to 1. So let me just execute this query. So the query got completed, and now let me check the data now. So you can see that because one record got updated, so this record has been inserted to the history table, and this is the older value, and it was like valid from and to valid to. So for this particular duration the record was present in the employee table, and now this is the latest record, so that's why the value has changed. So from this time to this time the value was this one, and now from this time to till now the value is this one, 1100. So this is how that the new record will always be present in the temporal table, but the older record will be inserted to the history table. And now let me run another update and change the salary from 1100 to 1200 for this record. So the record has been updated again, and let me check the data again. So you can see that one more entry has been inserted into the history table for that particular record. So the first record was this one, that it was valid from this time to this time, and now the another record, like it got expired at this one 6:44:30. So the second record got started from 6:44:30 and it was valid till 6:45:56, and now the current record is valid from this particular time. So you can see that we can easily identify like a particular record was updated how many times and what is the current value for that particular record. So this is how it works. And for example, if I delete a record from the temporal table, then that record will also be added to the history table. So let me just delete a record from the temporal table where employee ID equal to 2. So let me just delete this Akil Ahmed record from the temporal table. So the record will be deleted from this table. So you can see that the delete query ran fine, and if I search the data now, so the record should be removed from the temporal table, but the record got added to the history table. So this is good that you did not return a single line of code, and SQL Server automatically is keeping all the historical changes. So before this system version temporal tables, we used to create some triggers like insert trigger, update triggers and delete triggers to keep the historical data, but now the temporal tables can automatically handles all these things for you. And now suppose if you want to find like for this Abhishek Kumar Sinha, for this record using only the employee table, if you want to find all the versions, all the historical records, then how you can do that? So for that particular thing, what you can do, you can write the query like select star from employee for system time between, and you can write that time like for how much duration you want that the records those are present. Right now I want to select all the data from 1900 till this one, till this date. So it should return all the records, all 3 records. Okay, so the very first time this was the record inserted into the employee table, and then second time the record was updated with this value, and then third time the record was updated with this particular value. So this is how you can easily figure out like for a particular duration what were the values for that particular record. So I think this is good to know, like if a record was updated, so you can easily identify that like for that particular period of time, like what was the mobile number for a person or what was the address for that particular person. So I think this can help in some scenarios. So I think that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching the video, and if you like the video then please click the like button, do subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon and click on all so that you will be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much.